So who can say Muslims are not from God? But whether we like it or not, Christians hardly want to vote for a Muslim leader. It is a fact. This one, in Nebua Yang Kochake, Mema, sorry, I had a problem. Some pastors had actually set up WhatsApp platform before the election. We all know, why are we lying to ourselves? Even though I disagree with them, it was a fact. Yes, manka. At least, yeah, acknowledge a problem, but we can find solutions to them. Rather than saying that any problem, what do we have?
Dr. Bawumia, which side are you on now?
I believe that.
It's Kennedy Japan and Dr. Bawumia. Which side are you on now?
I believe that it's not a conversation we should be having right now.
Yeah?
The conversation we should be having is the kind of reforms that we want to have in our party.
But in your party, you need a leader.
Strengthen. But before the leader will come, leadership is a cone. It's supposed to be a cone.
Okay.
Where you build the grassroots build the next, they build the next, then they put a leader at the top.
Okay.
You cannot put the person at the top when the grassroots or the down is weak.
So you're not on anyone's side.
So
now.
it's not about not being. I probably know who I probably will be with.
But you don't want to talk about it.
This is not the moment to be having these conversations.
Why is that?
The conversations that needs to be had. How are we going to bring the reforms to be able to widen our polling station elections? How are we going to bring reforms in the processes in electing our leadership? So it is corruption-free process. We don't need to be paying people, because when you do that, what happens is that at the general election, people get peeved that you are paying people so much for them to go and vote for you to become a member of parliament, parliamentary candidate. Well, we get nothing. Meanwhile, we all have one vote. So now the conversations we should be having is about how to reform the party into totality. It's not about...
Right. As you prepare, the NPP will come together and have a solution to their party problems and elect a leader to lead the party. Na party ni mun tokwa wati we coming we free happy boy we see no esubetwa. I mean, there's a lot of conversation happen out there which the people or the supporters of the NPP will pay attention. I mean, will be a challenge. That's democracy, but I mean, critical matters are be a poppy up piano. Yeah, better seeing your analysis. What comments such hide the reason so your friend this year. When you can't take free far, I mean, one so not Janice and Nanka to see a day. Ye from a seer, which is shot with Dana see now a basso, Katachi, one so chilling. But you have a balance so bad. And Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Japan, and now fail. Ni followers and the supporters, HCI or Kumase Technical University. Now, one more transition or entice and saying or sensitize the young people, said they should get a faith and believe and trust in them. Say, when MPP returns to power, definitely Ghana will be good again. And in fact, and never be brave, no, a buying a bar, a bit me a shall me on we are Mujahono on better. So, in fact, new leaders emerging will bring something new. Walker some Stephen Amoah, our member of parliament for in Shire so a sentiment will make a statement no church in Sembimu, but a home say tea now also chair watching a politics near no feelings attached, but let us do critical analysis about issues and fake the fact. Now was watching watching after our the NPP, and this is democracy. Say if you can't tolerate each other, then you can't do politics. So this is Stephen Amoah now all kasano. This is what in some way they told ya yenti emra iwia na wachira wadwe na mso machira wadwe mbasi ya.
And that's why I want you to listen. We went on the polls. I didn't support Honorable Kennedy Japan. Everybody knows this. In fact, he got angry with me. Ask him. He spoke to me and I said that I had taken a decision for somebody for 2 years. Mean to me, over late. I tell him, I said, because of he said, oh, Sticka and Kamea back. And I could have straight, but I didn't do it. And then because we were not where we said we were, we leave it for God. elections, what happened? Everybody has a constituency. Everybody. If I'm going to contest for the seat or any seat in NPP or Ghana, even say president, I'll come on board with my constituency. And my constituency is Ashanti region. My constituency is the Akan communities. My constituency is the regions that Akans dominate. I don't believe in tribalism because in our blood, there's nothing like tribe. Tribal issues are basically evolution. Those who did biology and evolution, ecology. The students, I'm teaching you something. Stop talking, please. Madam, stop talking, please, and listen to me. So if you read ecology and evolution, whether you are described or seen as Ewe Ashanti Ga is not true. There's nothing like that. We are all one people. But because in the olden days, we are not traveling. When people live in the same area for so long, because of adaptational tendencies as a result of climate, food, and whatever, they behave the same way. So when civilization actually came along, and we started coming together, you see a group of people behaving and having some common traits. So if somebody tells you that this person is from that place, this person is from this place, and because of that, we are different, is not true. In our blood and genes, we are the same. After all, God created Adam and Eve. Are we not all descendants? So when I'm speaking, I'm not being tribalistic. My grandfather, I was named after Nane Abwedi Kufu. He was a Muslim. He was called Muhammad. So in my family, we have Muslims and Christians. But I'm speaking the truth. You can cut my neck. We had elections. Over 2 million people that were supposed to vote for NPP did not vote for us. Over 2 million people. Over 2 million people did not vote for us. 84% of the 2 million people were from about 6 or 5 regions that were NPP stronghold. 1.7 million, they did not vote in our strongholds. So you are all students, ask yourself, what were the reasons? If it had been only the economy cuts across. So what it means is that you are research students. There were certain specific risk factors in those regions. Why can't we find them and find solution to it? But other people, because people do politics in most parts of Africa because they see politics as enterprise, power, and prosperity for themselves, but not to change the lifestyle of the common Ghanaian on the street. Because they see barefooted kids on the street, they don't care. Because every year, between 106, 109,000 tertiary students complete school. Only 10% within that period of graduation gets job to do. A lot of our young, beautiful ladies have resorted to prostitution. What left here 9 years when you're some politicians do not care. So they always lies, intimidation, blackmailing, and other things. It is only the NPP fraternity in the history of this country that has been able to implement all the proper policies for the young Ghanaian. And now we went for the elections. 5 northern regions, 4 out of the 5 regions voted against NPP. And here in America, it is a fact. This is not tribal politics. Unless you are not afraid of God. Only 1 region, the difference was about 53,000. In my constituency, all the Zongos, all the Muslim communities voted against MPP. on going and going. Some of them are sensitive. They don't want us to speak the truth. So I changed my mind because I think the only party that can save Ghana, sometimes we make mistakes though, is the NPP. So I was analyzing how we can win 2028 election. And most people on the streets were mentioning this gentleman name, Honorable Kennedy of Japan's name. This is a fact. It is a fact. And now I attended CCC. Who attends CCC here? Calvary Charismatic Center. Yes. All the Muslim communities voted against MPP. Look, and now we went for the elections. 5 northern regions, 4 out of the 5 regions voted against MPP. And here in America, it is a fact.
Right. I will say for answer. We was a fact. We are member of parliament. So the NSMOye, the MPP leadership, MPP for should come on board. Is it true? The NSMOye course on. And pass a party per se recapture power. My dear now party na ya fa ho sisi e no kure say election year 2024 no 5 regions voted against MPP, and today what was the reason? It's so important to the sense say the party obi a wotia we party ni bia busa say so me sankofo ni eselefo ni na to aba ni tia won kasa krom ni a then a party ni dia ne ya betim dia correct some mistake no na me no kasa problem na mo to tia mo no MPP for it me adwene ho say okay a candidate no a dia na wo yes some candidate ni do bi ko ha beboa we critical matters adwene ho e mani mo emfa bufu nti o tie. Now let me mention a bit. Dr. Bawumia needs party the supporters should come on board, tell us it is not true, it was this reason, it was that reason. But if so say no cry, are you sure say MPP will still come to power 2028? T one kasa dwena ho fi say if there's a problem we now ho and na muntimi solve, yet you want to still continue to do elections. I mean just a waste of time. And as someone walk on way a member of parliament yento also
28 election. And most people on the streets were mentioning this gentleman name, Honorable Kennedy of Japan's name. This is a fact. It is a fact. And now I attended CCC. Who attends CCC here? Calvary Charismatic Center. Yes. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Me and my pastor had problems. You remember, I nearly left my church for Pentecost. I was a Sunday school teacher for 9 years. I've been with CCC over 40 years. My pastor's friend is Otabel. So you know where he will be. This time he asked Oforikrom MP not to come and use our platform. Mama, don't let us lie to ourselves. I disagree with anybody that vote based on religion. Because the Bible says good things about Muslims. I've read the Bible. They are from Abraham to Ishmael. And God told the Muslims that when Ishmael and the mother were leaving the house, that I will multiply you. Please listen. Hello. Charlie Mohagi. Control. No, it is good that we listen because people lie. God told Muslims that he will let their descendants become expanded and plenty like the seashore sand. And that he was going to reveal the hidden treasures of the land to the Muslims. God is real. Don't deceive yourself. Whether heaven or hell, there's God. And that truly, practically, all over the world, where you find Muslims a lot, we have oil. Am I lying? So who can say Muslims are not from God? But whether we like it or not, Christians hardly want to vote for a Muslim leader. It is a fact. This one, in Nebua, Yan Kotake, Nema sorry, I had a problem. Some pastors had actually set up WhatsApp platform before the election. We all know why we lying to ourselves. Even though I disagree with them, it was a fact. Yes, Menka. At least, yeah, acknowledge a problem, but we can find solutions to them. Rather than saying that any problem, what we are. How can you go and see the doctor? You have problem with your knee, your head, your stomach, your soul, and you say that, oh doctor, it's only my head. Can you be cured? So even though I disagree with them, it doesn't even make sense for somebody to vote based on religion. This is what they believe in. Until we get to the time and the point that civilization will be expanded enough for people to know that religion has got nothing to do with the leadership. If I'm going to take a decision, I have to make a decision that NPP can win for us. The committees in the people are testing me, but it's a joke. Me say me yakura, me ko abojire school, me ko discipline committee me wini. Obokuare me wini. Aha, ya de me ko BNI ankosihwe. Amas, ya de me ko discipline committee me wini. I say take nko na me nya bi. Adentia, I stand for the truth. And I can even be killed. I don't care. And you say obi ati obi sika. And now obi as a son. Say obi a coming kwana metuaba. I'm obi a president. Obi my decision would have been different. But we want power. And I call Kegetia, for taxi rank, for marketplaces, for Accra, for her. Obi a secret Japan. In the pet Ghana has Obi or your politics because of no Obi or your politics because of a non we live in a country that there's too much deception and and the Bible never lied. The Bible said that we are in the world but we are not of the world. But some of us have seen the truth. No, that's what I'm talking about. But the people are saying that it is only the new patriotic party that once upon a time made it possible for the young poor child in the north, in the south, in the central part of Ghana, in the rural communities, in the urban areas, the child whose mother was Konkonte Sala, a teacher, nurse, doctor, Chako Sala, it was a new patriotic party that made it possible for that child to be given birth, to be born free. It was the same new patriotic party that made that child possible for the child to have free health care, to have education free, to eat free. Our best bet is this election. Because our piano, first 4 years on Timika Kese. And President Mahama, His Excellency, after 4 years on the view, your chance here. Now your mistake, near to Fumabuana. No, people know we near. Ghana, you'll be me, and the power. 24 years was a Jama. Only I will rule you. Sure, Papa, 1990. The whole Ghana NPP, when they tried me Congress,
Right, I was saying, that was a rundown. Now, and some way you be with a woman, wait much a dream. Now, watch it one more. I mean, Chirawajin, a Yanokre said, not the region, 5 no regions, a vote against NPP, a one. I mean, you know, to more power. A Yanokre says, Stephen Amoah, you're walking religion. Christopher do one, a rejected Dr. Bawumia, a Yanokre, you know, ampa. Because me kai see a campaign crown. When we yaman another crab a casa said, then who sub and pound a Bawumia mafia. As of one ampa, or pretended any more srequa, or money Bawumia srequa. Say, Omani Bawumia srequa dia, Montiasi, because I told her now who baby crana say, yet to me about for the almost do baby no, Abraham Bonipa Isaac for the say, to the son say, you be lose to power there. Say power na mo pepa in any panamopedia. That's it, Senor Craswa. Party no be a bit too much. I'm just a messenger. I am just a messenger. But young switch it now young call the next this is another revelation. How
can you present a Zongo candidate for the first time who is also a Kum, a Muslim? Then you lose Zongo community heavily. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And aside that, you lose almost all the Zongo constituencies. What is the Nasara coordinator sitting there for? Aziz Futa. Ejuma be pa no mo ya mon kantre mo kantre Aziz Futa. Nasara coordinator no mo twam. Enfaso bia nu so. Me amba twa dia akwa komo mo. Ye be bo omo akwa se Nasara coordinator no mo twam. Then the budget of the call. Hey, you almost is some budget to call on the Hajia for Yababita. I'm telling you. We can Sarah coordinate him.
Right. It's what Yasama and Central News who can say a crazy song for no to a body tia Dr. Bawumia or a DNA pa ye. Ya transe party not transe work on that. And when say that was the mistake. We uncle ye. Yeah, these are things that were very critical. Not just to go and vote to deputy. Say problem no what there's nothing you can do to change it unless what's also a problem. No. Mahama mafia or bomb was slim boko and some mamprusi kusasi. This case in Yasovo. They didn't see matras a partner after working on it. Nasar coordinator no or ye humanity. It's on go for more NPP. What you are so much. These are critical matters. I am the messenger. I am telling you this. You mustn't be better from Biano. You never baby what doing? Share mark of frozen tea. Bring when you pancas and tea or margarine. Now you understand. Say so. We lose 2028. Now you know the problem. Don't pretend. Somebody not Justin Cody. I say about Toria Cotton. A spiritual. No, I mean it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. To the sense that about what cannot be a spiritual. So, but they are the critical matters on grounds. You know the deal. Let us not pretend. Hide the reason so your friend will share. Drop a comments. Chirawajin, Nianko, and we now NPP for. Chirawajin said there be way, it was not to way say they see. I mean, we are doing conversation, we are having a critical analysis and logical reasoning, and yet just emotions and I mean, bufu. Yep, me that say, I am not Chirawajin. Hide the reason so me that say.